Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be fixing this 2018 Volvo FH12 2018, which has been hit down there. Basically, yeah, that grille is destroyed. Pretty much the front end is destroyed, the rad is busted, intercooler, that cap bar, it's got like a banana curve. It's been hit in that bar and straight in there in the radiators. Got a dent in the middle here. Something going on in there. That's all pushed in by this grill and the logs both sides, and hopefully the cab, it's not badly damaged. The cab is not damaged on the sides, and hopefully the chassis, it's not bent, but obviously we still don't know till we're gonna strip it all. We're gonna take the cab off. I'm gonna strip all this front end, basically everything down the bottom, all the grill, all the wiper linkage, because that's all snapped. Wiper linkage, it's all snapped there. We've got crack obviously in the screen. All that top maybe it's pushed in, hard to tell from here. I'm going to strip it all and probably take the cab off and have to fix all them areas, them corners here, both ends, because that's been damaged by the lock there. So you can see it's kind of hit in there. Hopefully that the chassis not bent, but definitely rad condenser and intercooler naked. And about the chassis, we're going to strip it and we're going to see it more, so let's do it. Right guys, I've got everything unplugged, all the water pipes, all the air pipes down this side, wiring, this side is all unplugged. I'll probably have to take the steps off and the door extension off before I put it on the jig, but I just thought I might just repair this as it is on there, because that's not going to take a lot to pull, to be honest. I will just take this panel off because it's dented behind there. There's no way I can repair all this in one go. I'll probably have to drill this off, this section, take that off, clamp it there, probably cut the square out, reshape it, weld it back in. Similar kind of situation on this side. It's not too bad, but it's still dented in and it probably saved me bolting this to the jig, because I'm only going to put it on the jig to change this cap bar, because that cap bar is definitely bent. and that cap is pushed back a bit, so no doubt there's something down the back locks and back brackets bent. We're gonna check it all, but we need the cab off to basically strip all this front end, take the rads out, have a good look at the chassis if the chassis is not bent. So in the meanwhile, I'm gonna crack on with this and get them areas pulled, then I don't have to bolt it to the jig. So let's do it. Right guys, we're pretty much ready to take this cab up. Jig is here, we're just going to put it on the jig. I'll fix them bits down there. You've seen me doing this side, pretty much done the same on that side. Straightening it, welded it all back together. And I fixed that door as well, because that door has been open too much in the wind, I would say. And we have to fix it, because if we don't fix it, someone might say,
well, it wasn't like that before the accident.
So we have to fix it. And we're pretty much ready to take this cab off. We're going to try to take this bar off and put it on the jig. Then we're going to get the rads out, have a good look at the chassis. And if the chassis looks okay, we'll probably have to build it all up. So let's do it. Right guys, the rads are out, basically all damage, intercooler condenser is all smashed anyway in the front. That fan cowling on the back, that's all busted, broke everywhere. Rad is bent, so we're definitely gonna need to replace the rad. And the bolts, the rad, it was bolted in there because the rad was twisted and the bolts are bent. And I had a good look at the chassis, and this cast is bent. Basically, when it sits on the vehicle, and it's like that. But not surprised when you look at this. This bar has been hit hard in that area there, so you can see how bent that is there. So we've ordered this. It's actually Monday here. I've stripped it all this on Friday, and we ordered this bracket there. I've got this straight edge. I might show you, but I'm not sure if I can do it with one hand. Yes, basically hard to tell. Well, no, not hard to tell, but it's hard to show you. Basically, that's pointing somewhere around here. This line. It's very hard to show you, but it's definitely bent because even that's bent. Not sure if I see. Yeah, you can see how bent that cap. That is. It's not straight. It's on a tension because that's holding it. That's holding it there on them bolts. That's bent. I'm going to strip all this corner, get the bracket off, and have a good look at the chassis again. Measure it, laser, make sure it's in tolerance, and hopefully that bracket will come today. Then I can start building this up. I've got the rads. I've got some bits here already, intercooler, a few bits and bobs, and we're going to build it up. So let's do it. Right guys, Volvo just been, dropped the radiator, fans around, intercooler already down the bottom, and dropped this bracket off, which I can crack on with it after lunch because it's nearly 12:30. Have a lunch now. Gonna put this bracket on there, then I can build the radiators, everything up there. The Kev is just having the cab in the oven. He's painting it, hopefully today or tomorrow, then we can pretty much get this moved on. So let's do it. Right guys, it's all pulled back together. All this corner went on. We're still waiting for the condenser. We're pretty much ready to put this cab on. The cab is all painted. Right, the cab is here, all painted. Painted yesterday or this morning, can't remember now. And they're coming to fit the new screen tomorrow, so that's why I want it on. And I can build the side steps on and carpets under the cab there, bits and bobs. And we've got this cap bar here which we need to put it on new. And there's a tricky way to put this cap bar on, especially with them springs and the shock absorber there. I think we're going to lift it. I think you're going to see in a minute. We're going to lift it, put the cap bar on, put the springs and the shocker in, then lower it down, put the tension on it, then put a nut on the top. And that's what we're going to do. So let's crack on with it. guys, all done nicely, all finished. Just a couple of decals to put on that door on the side there. New front end, new grills. That bonnet is completely everything new on it. New screen. When I was fiddling about plugging something underneath that grill, the screen people came. So it's all nice to put it back together. I'm just gonna road test it, make sure everything's all right, put a number plate back on, and I'll show you the next one. Next one I'm doing is this Sprinter van. I've tugged it a bit, removed some panels. He had a big smack in the corner. That's coming next. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.